How we doing today, guys? Alex and Sam back with this week's fishing report for you guys. It's full swing. The time is finally here. The yellow perch, the white perch, they're starting to move up into most of your upper tributaries, and it's time to get out there for them. The eastern shore has certainly been heating up this week for sure. Most of your popular areas like Tuckahoe, Greensboro have been really consistent for yellow perch. They're even seeing some white perch in more of your staging areas a little bit further down. But if you're looking at the upper reaches like Tuckahoe and Greensboro and all the way up to like Red Bridges, you're mostly going to be seeing yellow perch right now. So you got a nice little rig there you'd like to throw for them?
Yep, so this is one of these little rigs I like to use on the creeks and a little bit deeper water. 5+ foot of water, I'll say, and just kind of jig it around. Great option for both yellow and white perch. Another other spot that's been actually pretty good. Probably one of the best areas to go for yellow perch right now. It's going to be in the upper bay. Anywhere from the Susquehanna, as you guys have been hearing, all the way to the northeast and to the Sassafras. I think that's been one of the areas where they've been getting some of the heavy numbers with more consistency in that deeper holes. But within this week, like Sammy said, they should be pushing up into the creek. So make sure you get on them before it's done, because it's a quick in and out for these perch, especially with the temperatures that we're getting coming up this week. Other than that, I know catfishing has been pretty good. Typical areas, Potomac River off of Fort Washington is probably going to be one of your better areas. Other than that, the Patuxent right off Jog Bay. And I know there's other areas that you can try around here in the Chesapeake. And Sammy, what you got there?
So this is just a little catfish rig we have here. It's just a 3-way swivel with a snap that you're going to attach your sinker to. And then it's got a nice big circle hook with a float just above it. That's a great option for you. Now, if you don't want to go and don't have access to maybe some of those upper reaches on the Potomac and the Patuxent, you can catch them right out front here, right around the mouth of the Magathie, the mouth of the Severn. I heard some people catching some nice ones from Jonas Green, so you don't have to be in those maybe atypical areas for them. But any sort of cut bait on the bottom, like a mud shad or LY, is going to produce really well for you. So a lot of options for catfish. One thing I did want to go back and touch on the perch is when you're going to the northern bay, we have them more in the deeper holes, so we're more fishing like bottom rigs with minnows and stuff on it, opposed to more of the shallow stuff we were talking about a minute ago. That's more for when they get up to the upper reaches like you see on the shore. So moving into some of our local creeks and rivers, pickerel fishing is still pretty good. It can be a little bit more challenging now as they start to progress into the spawn. They start to move from maybe their typical areas. They don't necessarily go like yellow perch where they run way up, so it can be a little bit more tricky to find them. But I like to throw faster moving stuff right now that I can cover lots of water with, because they're not necessarily easy to pinpoint. So something that I can just cast and wind and cover a lot of water. This is just a little 4-inch beer run diesel minnow. Pair that up on like a 1/4 ounce, 1/8 ounce head. You can cover a lot of water with that and do pretty well.
Yeah, and for your striped bass fishery, I know a lot of guys have been going down to the power plant. That seems to be kind of like the area where most of those fish are hanging out. Open water fishing has been kind of hit or miss, but you can definitely find them, especially this time of the year. Don't be afraid to go and look in some of these areas where everybody's not fishing. I will say Eastern Bay. It's around that time to, those fish will move up. So definitely give that a look. Right at the hill and into the Eastern Bay, you might be able to find some of those migratory fish moving up the, up the bay. Other than that, I know, we have a new closure area, so make sure you check out the map where some of these rivers are off limits. So make sure you keep up with that within the next month or two with the regulations on that. I know trout stocking has been happening too. Plenty of ponds have been actually been stocked in the central Maryland area, like Allen's Pond, Governor's Bridge, and some others. So make sure to go into the DNR website and check that out. There's plenty of resources there, guys. There's a lot of this stuff where you can see the trout stocking map and yellow perch fishing spots. So make sure you log into that and check them out.
All right, I think that just about wraps it up. Thank you, guys, and best of luck out there.
Have a good one.